Hello and welcome to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike, or Mike if you have the trouble saying the evil part. A short little video, probably like maybe my shortest, but this is what I picked up on Free Comic Book Day, and yes, it is that time. It is Free Comic Book Day 2021. It is late. Normally it's during May. They do two free events every year for comic books. It's usually in May, which is normally Free Comic Book Day, and this year because of the the pandemic and everything, it got pushed back till this day, August 14th. The other event is like Spooktacular or Shocktacular or something like that, but it's a Halloween event where they do free comics. I had mentioned that I had two comics I was supposed to be waiting in my box at my local comic book shop. They had one, I don't know why, the second one, and I'm having these continual problems with this comic shop, but I was able to grab one, and that is Image Comics, the Silver Coin, issue number 5. And these are the there is a limit on the free comic books. I think it was like 60 books. And there was, honestly, man, I had like, I think the ones I specifically were going for, I think I grabbed like 7. And at my local comic shop, they actually like check as they're going out the door that, no thievery, that kind of stuff, even though they're free. It's still a limit, and they put the limit to make sure that, everybody has a chance to grab some. But for those of y'all who don't know, that aren't in the comics savvy, it is a day for everybody, mature readers, younger readers, kids. They have a little bit of everything from Disney to Nickelodeon to Viz. They offer, Marvel, DC, and they have a whole bunch of independent stuff. I'm actually going to do 2, maybe 3 hauls today, and I usually do this where since I have a couple different local comic book shops near me, I kind of make double trips. I do the one per line. I don't like hop back in line. I don't try any of that stuff. So I do travel. I do waste quite a bit of gas, because one is like, I think 10 miles that way, and the other one's like 15 miles. So technically it's like 25 to go to the other one. But I kind of made a pit stop in between. My first comic book shop opens at 10, so that's how I have these. And my second one opens at 12, so it just kind of works out. So let's dig in. My first book, one that I was really looking forward to, but this is Ed Piskor's Red Room. I don't know if there's a number on this, I don't think so, but I'll show you a little bit of the back cover and the front cover. As far as I know, all these are side stories into the main universe of Red Room. So I think this is just another side story. I don't think it's a reprint of an issue or anything. I will review these if they are, new issues that I haven't reviewed on my channel, and a bunch of these are. So specifically, if that one is a new issue and not a reprint, I'll do a review for y'all. Next up, a big one that a lot of people are going after, me included, but I think it was like the second one I grabbed, not the first. I'll show that one. But my second book that I went for was Enter the House of Slaughter by Boom Studios. The Something is Killing the Children spin-off. Our first branch of another book so far. Next up, a big DC fan here. So definitely a big Naname fan. But Suicide Squad King Shark Special Edition, with the intro into the Suicide Squad Get Joker, little prequel in there. So I think this one is like a double book, where the first half is like a Suicide Squad King Shark type story, and then the other one is just a prequel into that suicide. It's kind of like maybe a first couple pages of that book. Next up, one that I'm always looking for on Free Comic Book Day, and in the last couple years they have not really delivered. We've gotten younger reader versions, but finally we get a Batman Free Comic Book Day. Last year I think it was a DC Young Readers, and the year before that I think it was a DC Nation or something we got. So it's good to see Batman back on a Free Comic Book Day. We need to get more, Batman in more hands. So definitely being able to pick up a free copy is good. And that one supposedly is get your first look at Batman Fear State and Batman I Am Batman. I just reviewed I Am Batman, but the Fear State hopefully is some stuff that we haven't got from the main Batman, because that's the next big event that's coming. And this was my number one pick, and for good reason. It was already selling for like, I think by the time this morning I checked, it was selling for like 20 a pop before it was even released. But this is Image Comics Stray Dogs by Trish Foster. And man, this year alone, this was one of my top picks. I love Stray Dogs. For a 5-issue series, it was a tight, compact, complete, concise book. It was very nice, especially if you're a fan of horror, that type. And I do have a review for the Stray Dogs if you have not watched that yet. Last but not least, but this local comic book shop, they do like cosplay, and they do local artists and writers that show up during comic book days. So usually they have big names, but I think because of the whole pandemic that they kind of just went local this year. So I was able to wait in line, and it was quite a bit of a line. I think it took me like 30 minutes, which isn't so bad. But I did get a free sketch. Not my favorite turtle, but I do love the purple. But I picked up a Donatello. It's a nice, it's a quick, easy sketch from a local artist, and I got him to sign it because he didn't want to sign the front for some reason, but he signed the back. I don't know why he didn't want to sign the front, like he was afraid to admit that it was his art. No, I think he maybe on the collectible side, something like that. If you don't follow me on Insta, I have a bunch of pictures up there. You can see like the amount of people that my local comic shop. I think I was like 10th in line, and I got there about 40 minutes early. And by the time I got in line, there was already about like another 40 or 50 people behind me. In the store, it just looked crazy crowded, but honestly, in my opinion, it was very light compared to previous free comic book days. Usually it's just jam-packed, and because of the everything we're going through, we had space limitations, and so many feet between people, and my local comic book shop was on it as far as the safety and that stuff is concerned. So I am on my way to go to another one and hopefully pick up some more books. I know 2 that I wanted to pick up. There was a DC Amethyst book that came out, and I love Amethyst. I've been big into her, and I have a hankering or a hunkering that she might show up in the DCE universe pretty soon. Actually, in Titans, if you have not watched the first 3 episodes on season 3 that just dropped, there was a ton of appearances that made it on the screen for the DCU. So, and one spec book that I was able to pick up made it into that show. So I was like super excited. Like, yeah, I didn't pick up his first appearance for nothing. But I have more videos coming, so keep a lookout. Like, comment, subscribe, share to all your friends. Get out there and get some free comic. Why not? They're free, right? All right, bye everybody.